Do you remember growing up and seeing stories on the news about young people in such numbers committing depraved acts of violence toward others? Now, there's always been crime, and sometimes horrific crime. But I don't ever recall seeing scenes like the scene we saw last weekend in Chicago when people who were just walking in Chicago, minding their own business, were set upon by the mob. Hundreds of teens took over downtown, jumping on cars, running in traffic. You saw they were smashing windows. 2 were shot, and motorists were terrorized.
Their windows down, and the guys put in their face like...
they were hitting him in the face?
So my God is like that.
How's your husband? Is he okay?
I don't know.
Police were outnumbered and overwhelmed by the swarm.
They chased him up in there.
Even the local news decided it was unsafe and pulled their crew from the scene. Of course, this is just the latest, though, in a string of disturbing incidents caught on camera. A gas station and convenience store in Compton, California, which, of course, represents someone's hard work and paychecks to staff, it was ransacked in a targeted hit. Unchecked, unpunished chaos just feeds more criminality. And at certain points, it almost seems like a competition for the camera. How cruel, how over the top, how heartless can you be?
Get his Get over.
And the humiliation of the Asian community, that seems to be the goal of some people.
Cell phone video shows the harrowing moments when what's described as a bunch of about 20 teenagers walked into the Fish Village restaurant in College Point, Queens, and destroyed the place, causing $20,000 in damages.
And of course, we can't dismiss what we've seen on school buses. We used to think those were safe, where children and bus drivers alike have been beaten mercilessly. In Metro Georgia, police are reporting that gang membership is growing, especially among the very young. Well, liberal policies help drive both cultural and economic decline that's causing this out-of-control behavior. We know that. So their only response now, in seeing all the damage that's being done on almost a weekly basis, sometimes more often, is to blame shift. One state senator, Robert Peters, claimed it was all just a mass protest in Chicago, a protest against poverty and against segregation. What? Of course, that excuse makes no sense, because there was real and widespread poverty and real government-sanctioned segregation in the South in the 1950s. So why didn't we have the same type of criminality? This degradation and this slide now into cruel criminal activity, it's not limited to any one race. It's being burned into our national DNA. Look at the dead eyes of some of the worst mass shooters. There was Adam Lanza, who killed those beautiful children at Sandy Hook Elementary. Dylan Roof, who killed 9 in that black church in Charleston. Then the Pulse nightclub shooter. Then Salvador Ramos, the unspeakable inflictor of mass damage and carnage in Uvalde. And then the twisted trans killer, Audrey Hale, who just killed 6 at that Nashville Christian school. They're hiding her manifesto and other writings. It's all stomach churning, all of it. So many lives lost, utter callousness. Most killers seem to suffer from some deep sense of isolation. Odd, right? You're connected, more connected than ever before with the internet, but you're more lonely and more isolated than ever before. Many of the kids heavily medicated for depression or anxiety, some with drug-induced psychosis. Maybe they started with marijuana. Yet many have a deep desire at the same time for notoriety, hence the live streaming or the last messages posted on social media before they go carry out their carnage. It's a lack of empathy and often a lack of fathers. Kids with no guardrails whatsoever can quickly slip from smoking a little weed now and then to ending up in a mob that's stomping a poor passerby, as we saw in Chicago last Saturday night.
We have to do better as parents. Our kids should not be out here. Where are their parents at? That's my question. Why aren't they asking where their kids are at right now? Are they tracking them? Do they see this behavior?
Are they tracking them? No, they're not tracking them. So when so many elected officials and other powerful people on the left have spent decades running down this country and attacking the nuclear family, is it really surprising that many kids have lost all hope? If Joe Biden thinks America is an evil place, racist place, systemically racist, why would kids be optimistic today? So politicians have to stop lying to the American people about the state of things in this country. The kids aren't all right. Children need love and rules laid down by responsible adults. They need communities that support parenthood, not make it harder with soft on crime policies, drug legalization, and radical racial and gender propaganda. All of that just undermines churches, moms, and dads.